Hello everybody, welcome back to the shop. Okay guys, you know we've had an issue called the landing gear. And you know I've been meaning to explain that to you, but it just kept slipping my mind. But I got something I got to show you. First, notice gear door shut. Okay. Nice shut. Nice. That's closed. Bam. Bam. Look at that. Look at that. Let's open it and lock. Oh, I just locked it. Doggone it. Out to unlock it. Anyway, went over Dad's. Spent a couple hours over there yesterday and a couple hours today. Made me a set of struts, baby. Okay, now I want to go two ways with this. You know, I got these rotating retracts. I mean, you guys knew that all along. But what it had with it was these big old ugly struts, and you see the gear doors wouldn't shut because of this. Hit the side of the gear door and these ugly old tires. Okay, now we've known these wouldn't work and they're ugly, and I wouldn't be caught dead with them on an airplane. But I'm a prototype here. I want to use these. Okay, these are quick and easy. Now, Air Magic, these are old Air Magic gear. They went out of business a long time ago. Can't get them anymore. What I don't like about them is they got a little slop. You see how they rotate from the back there? They got a pin that comes up on a deal right there, and it kind of twists. See the twist in it right there? That's what makes it rotate. And they're just, if it was real tight to where there wasn't no slop, it wouldn't work. That's how most rotating retracts are. If you get them so tight that there ain't no slop in them, well, they don't go up and down very well. Okay? Now, I noticed on the old Tomcat, okay, they had this system. This is what rotates the gear on the Tomcat. Okay, it's got to have a pivoting thing there. Thing goes up and down. And when it goes up inside the airplane, it just does that number and rotates. And there's no slop. Okay, and that's just on it just pivots right there. Okay, so I want to get a system like that though. Okay, so I'm making me up a little mock-up, and this arm is too short, but when I went over Dad's, this was our first try at these struts, and I ended up messing them up, and I cut these too small. Cut this one too small. Whoops. It's alright. See it? It won't tighten up in there. Took too much off of it. So, we had to remake them, but I said, oh, that's alright, Dad, because I want to use them for this, making this mock-up. See, these don't have to be as long because they don't recess in the gear. So they'll still work on these gear here. And this is the my motor mount inside there. And, you know, I'll put my rotating device right there, and all I got to do is make a elbow and figure out where the elbow needs to be. It shouldn't be that hard to figure out. And then I got a buddy, old Dan, got a CNC machine. Okay, and he wants to make big gear for me. He's getting ready to retire. Just bought a 5-axis mill and a scanner and all that. But you see, there's basically two types, Dan. Okay, this is the kind that fold on top of themselves. I was trying to explain this to Dan the other day. Okay, this is the kind that folds on top of themselves, and this one folds this way, and the air cylinder goes that way. Okay, we need to have them like this, but the air cylinders that are widely available for us mount from the front end. See how this one mounts in the back, and the way this arc is, that's the locking mechanism there. Okay, now I got this other. This would be the ideal one to copy. Okay, this one it wouldn't be bad. You know, there's 1, 2, 3 parts and some spacers. And this one is 2 parts, 3, 2 actually in that pin, so that's 3, but that makes it 4 on there. But this one's a little bit too small. Could you blow this one up, Dan? This would actually be nice. And then see this one? This is straight, but the locks work off the trunnion. You see when it goes over that far, it flattens out that trunnion. I think this one would be the easiest to make. It's only 1, 2 parts. And you see how it kind of locks on itself? That'll be a strong setup right there. It's just a little bit too small. You need to have it a little wider and a little bit taller, because we got plenty of room, so we can use a big air cylinder. You see, and then we can use them air cylinders with the threads on the front, and we can get them from Clippard, anyone. You know, it only be 1-inch stroke. So you know, we can, that way we can get like a 3/4 inch bore, 1-inch stroke, and then take them gear up and down, you know, quick. But I think this would be our best bet, Dan. I've been studying this, and something like this would be perfect. 2 parts plus that, 3 parts is all we got to make. And make them a little bigger, and then I could make them rotate on this pin. That's what I want to do. And but I want to work on that later. For now, I'm just getting these struts going. So what we did, little dads, well, we got some aluminum, just got some stock, some round stock, drilled out the center of it, and you know, when you're drilling that deep, it's hard to get a perfect hole going that deep. So what we did is drilled it oversized and put a piece of brass tubing in there. JB welded that bad boy in there. You can see it, and man, you want it. And then this is a stainless steel tube, and I'll be dang if I didn't get some aluminum dowel that just fit in there like a glove. And then that brass tubing, man, that just works with precision, man, and no slop, none. Okay, so, and then we glued that in there, milled that out. That's our anti-rotation deal. Okay, so what we did, is we made them undersized a little bit. We got a 3/8 bit and cut that. Now these are just a little bit big, these stainless steel things. I just chucked them up in my drill press and hit them with a file till they fit just perfect, no slop. And it'll work pretty good. So now we just got to turn this into that. Then we made a little knuckle down here that fits the wheel, keeps the brakes from turning. And got to spend some time with Dad. He can't go very long anymore. He just likes to pedal and don't like to sit around. And he just goes out in his shop. I meant to take the camera over there today, I really did, and forgot it. But I've also been going over and seeing his dad, spend a little time with him too. Stopped by there yesterday on the way home from my dad's. Okay, now I need to drill and tap a hole. Okay, for this, we just need to go about right there. Right there. Okay, now I got a board to help hold this straight. Well, I drill it so I don't want to go off at an angle, you know. Set that bad boy up. This drill bit right here. Set this bad boy up. And yo. I got a long ways to go. And a big bit in there. Man, we just had that whole front blow in yesterday and came in like a freight train, man. 50-mile-an-hour winds. Guess we ain't got no snow. Take that way in there. We're drilling that stainless. That bit wants to wander too much. Okay. Drill flat on the bottom. Trick is just to barely touch it till you get it started, just barely. Keep pulling your drill bit out. See if it bends a little bit when it goes into the slot. There we go. Now I should end up with a semi-straight hole. But we put that aluminum inside this tube to so I can drill and tap it, and where the axle goes through, you know, where the axle goes through at the bottom. And then I, you know, drill and tap this way for the set screw. And I'm gonna tap and lube. Tell you what, this cutting fluid works great. No, you wouldn't believe how much that cutting fluid helps. That bad boy's tapped. Man. Just remember to clean out that hole with some lacquer thinner before you go putting any bolts in there. So you can lock that. Good. We gotta do one more thing on that. Take our screw. Plus, I wanted the ridges off the screw gone. That's why I didn't just exert a lot of effort to making it fit exactly. I'd rather file it down and have a nice smooth surface. Hey guys, here's another tip. Put some zip ties on your chuck. I have never lost that chuck. Believe it or not. I just lost that little screw though. Yeah, then yesterday when I left my dad, I stopped over at Dallas for a while. Well, they was married for 50 years. Don't fall it down, that's a pretty aggressive fall. Love my big fall. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, close. We are close. Oh, another freckle one over there. Half a freckle. That's about the finest as we measure here in the shop. Half a freckle, baby. Another half a freckle. harvest. There we go, baby. Yep. Let it wear in from there. We're there. How about I keep from losing it? Just hang that chuck right up back up there. There's your tip of the day. Okay. Now, all we gotta do off of there too. Bam. There's one. Drop that spring right there. We might be a little bit short. Bam. No slop. That's a nice setup right there. That's it. Bam. Now all I gotta do is cut this off. Drill my axle hole same way. I'll start out with a smaller hole on that same bit. Then work it up to my axle size and drill and tap a hole that way. There's actually a little hole. This stuff has a tiny little hole in it. So there's actually a hole going all the way through there. Because once I put some grease on this, it'll be like a plunger almost. The fit is so good. So that hole will let the air out. Once I put a screw in it, it won't. Oh well. That's nice setup right there, nice and tight. And see that brass liner on the inside will help against wear too. And shouldn't develop a lot of slop. Should just be just fine. Put me a little grease on that, lube it up a little. Bam. Here we go, guys. But I'm going to get them other holes drilled and get the mains in this thing. I got to do about the same thing to the nose gear. I didn't have this with me when I bought that steel tubing, but I bet they got some this size too, because I can't have this. And but what I want to do is get it on the mains, because I shortened them mains a ½ inch because they wouldn't, the other ones, the tires would hit the wing, and I just knew that I had to shorten it a little bit. And it really does work good. The thing's locked and I got that screwed in, but you'll see them soon enough. Bam. I'm supposed to get them bad boys painted up, and it's gonna work. It's gonna work. I'm gonna get this figured out, but I got other things I gotta do at the moment. That's just stuff up the pit alone, and I got some other stuff I got to get done. I'm going to get started tomorrow. I'm going to make you guys some videos and change it up a little bit. And we will see you back in the shop. Bam.